I got a pulse. I'm stoked. So stoked. Another. You guys ready? I'm ready. Let's go. Whew. I got this drone, I don't know, 1.5 weeks ago, and I'm so stoked. I'm literally super stoked. Did you guys see the beginning here? Those hyperlapses? They weren't super great, but they were made by this tiny drone. Like, it's shorter than my hand. It's longer than my, this tiny thing shoots 48 megapixel photos. And one of those time lapses you saw in the beginning was 8K. 8K time lapses from a camera that's longer than mine and shorter than my hand. I'm at a loss for words. The main thing that pulled me towards buying a drone was the fact that it could shoot hyperlapses, because I just love hyperlapses. The fact that this thing shot hyperlapses, but it only gave you the video file, which DJI made itself with its own software. I didn't like that. I needed the raw files. When I shoot time lapses and hyperlapses with my DSLR, my Sony, I always shoot raw. This way I can play around with the colors and do whatever I want with the time lapse. It's also easy for me to stabilize it. It's just a lot more freedom. Now, I did some research. I needed to find out, can you get the raw files? I looked online, I looked on DJI forums, I dig deeper and deeper and finally found the answer. Yes, you can get the raw files if you shoot a 4K hyperlapse. Okay, I'm probably not going to use the 8K hyperlapse anyway. But to my surprise, I go out shooting with this tiny thing. I try to shoot a 4K and an 8K hyperlapse to just look at them, compare them, and what do you know? I get the raw files for both of them. That means I have 122 pictures of 8K or 48 megapixel pictures, raw files that I can edit in post and then stitch together into a hyperlapse. So let's do a comparison. You already saw a couple of hyperlapses at the beginning of this video. Those hyperlapses were the unedited automatic videos that DJI made after shooting the hyperlapses. Kind of shaky, not too good. And here are the same hyperlapses, only I just applied a simple warp stabilizer to it. And look at how good it looks. It looks a lot better. And this is shot with automatic settings on the DJI smart remotes. I didn't do anything special. I just told the drone to fly in this direction, shoot a hyperlapse. Everything else is automated. When the first hyperlapse was done, I flew back, changed the batteries, and did another one. Pretty damn great, don't you think? It's impressive what this tiny drone does. Of course, it wasn't the perfect conditions. It was kind of a harsh light, not much happening, but I just wanted to test the two functionalities side by side. From a small drone like this, that's pretty good. Now, as I said, I also got the raw files for these two hyperlapses, and I slapped on a filter, and a banger filter. No, it's not a banger. Actually, looking at it right now, it looks not too good, but I just slapped on a filter to see if the image would break apart if I fix too much on it. And I used the same settings on both series of pictures. Then I stitched the pictures into a video file and I got something like this. Notice the fact that this is shaky. This is a lot more shaky than the raw hyperlapse straight out of the DJI Go app, the video file that I got. This is a lot more shaky because DJI is actually doing some kind of stabilization themselves, and it's pretty impressive. But notice what happens when I slap on that warp stabilizer again, and voila, you get a smooth hyperlapse. Okay, it's not super smooth, but this took 2 minutes. 2 minutes of waiting for my computer to do a warp stabilizer, and it looks pretty clean to me. If you speed it up and stabilize it once more, you will probably not notice any shaking. And that is impressive. But also, if you look at the two Hyperlapses side by side, you'll see that the framing is different. And the reason for that is that the camera, when it shoots photos, is actually capturing a larger image than if it's shooting a video file. So you get a 4:3 instead of a 16:9 format. And this gives you a lot more freedom than just getting the video file from the DJI app. Because I like clouds when I'm shooting a time-lapse or hyperlapse. Clouds of people, of stuff happening, and a snowy field is not going to do it. So I reframed it to capture more of the sky and still keep some of that ground. And I think it looks better just because I can do that. I don't have that possibility when I just use the video file. Now it is a little bit of a longer step. I had to bring those files into Lightroom. I had to edit them there and then export them and then bring them into Premiere and then stitch them into a hyperlapse. But it's not that hard. That's what she said. Now there are limitations to this. Shooting an 8K hyperlapse isn't the only way to do it, and I'm not sure I'm gonna use it that much. Not only because I don't even have an 8K screen to edit things on or watch them, but there's also benefits of shooting 4K hyperlapse over 8K hyperlapse. And I'll get back to that in another video. So I'm gonna go out and fly this drone a lot more so that I can tell you more about it and probably, maybe, hopefully, shoot some pretty good hyperlapses, because that's the main thing. I'm so stoked about it. And I'm gonna find out if 8K is better than 4K or vice versa, and just have a lot of fun. But that's it for me, guys. I hope you liked this video and the information I provided. Please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, smashing the bell, checking out my OnlyFans, following me on Instagram, you know, all of those things. I'm gonna get a new cup of coffee and keep on rocking on. See you guys. I bought this drone with the Fly More combo and a smart controller. If you are interested in seeing what I got in that package, hit this video. Thank you for watching.